I honestly don't have a tremendous issue with like what we labeled hate speech in the American dream. It takes both a positive and a negative charge to make certain things function. I mean, we have masculine and feminine energy and masculine and feminine DNA. You know, we have the binary in us. But that's another video. I understand the necessity for wholeness. I just wish this dream sequence had the capacity or the range to be able to sustain it in a way that doesn't always lead to having to suppress people consciously or having to eradicate the perceived threat with violence um, or just some type of consequence, you know, being able to hold space for different points of view, whether it's said out of ignorance or not. You know, you could just choose not to consistently make space for that energy. You know, you're not censoring freedom of speech if you say, okay, hey, when you come to the meetings, we're not going to censor you. But because of everything that you say, and you're not really being considerate of how what you're saying is impacting the people around you, you won't be able to come to every meeting. We're gonna have to balance how often you are heard or how often you get to be center stage, because you take up a lot of space. So maybe the answer is not just complete censorship, but like knowing when everyone will be able to have the capacity to share space. Because sometimes you gotta play the whole tape. You can't pretend like it's not there. I've been called things all my life. I've been called FAG. I've been called NIGGER. I've been called an abomination. I've been told I was going to hell. I've been told I was the walking dead. I was sick. I mean, like, I've been called so many different things. Like, it's nothing new. Like, I've been, like, the things that I have been called, like, just coming up, you know, so that's a part of life for me. I've never had the luxury of slurs that persecute not being a part of my reality. I've never had that luxury. So I couldn't give you a perspective where I'm just saying I don't want to hear them anymore. This offends me. Like, I really honestly think sometimes we just be we be fighting to protect the elites, because if you don't have access and you don't have wealth and someone says that to you, is it going to matter then? It only matters because it affects people who feel they are important. That's why these words are restricted. We see wealthy people, they can get away with saying things or doing things. Like Will walked on the stage and slapped a man and didn't go to jail. He had to apologize, and it looked a little dry, but hey, he apologized. But we've seen wealthy people drag for each other's children, walk on stage and slap people. When someone who has money says something derogatory, or someone who has more clout or influence says something, they tend to get away with it, you know. And we see this all the time on social media. So my big thing is not saying you can't say this, or I don't want to hear you say that. I don't feel like that's my fight, because I don't really have that luxury. I've never lived in that reality where people respected me how I saw myself, where everyone, you know, where it was a consensus, where it was unanimous, that everyone kind of like agreed, this is how we're going to treat this person. This is how we're going to talk to this person. I've never lived in that reality. So, you know, I've never had people around me willing to perform at that level. Not all of them, unanimously. I've never experienced that. that will probably be a utopia for some people. And for people who have power and wealth, they probably can make bubbles like that for themselves. But then when they get on the internet, that's when they get that great awakening. That's when they get that, that all lives matter. That's what they get with that all lives matter. I don't have a problem with people saying what they're going to say, because they're going to say it anyway. What bothers me about the internet, and this is one of the reasons why I think soon I'm going to take a technological fast, because I just need to not lose who I am to technology. Technology is definitely a part of us. It's definitely, we're connected. Everything is connected. Amen, a woman. But I think I need to, just like my relationships, like my partnerships with people and my partnerships with, intimate partners. I'm practicing celibacy right now, and I just think that I need to set boundaries that are more sustainable, boundaries that serve as restoration periods. And sometimes I don't even know if I want restoration or rejuvenation as much as I want evolution, as much as I want the ability to shapeshift into something that feels reborn, that is transcendent of this reality, what we know to be the material space. Not to feel bound. I honestly just don't really feel like upset with hate speech. I just don't feel it's fair to censor us. Like whenever I'm talking about my own experiences, you're censoring me, and I'm talking about my experiences. I'm talking about what I've been called. I'm speaking the language I'm familiar with, what's been a reality for me. And when I start to tell my truth and I use all of the words at my disposal, you're censoring me because you're talking about community guidelines. What community is this? I know not of this community of which you speak, because I see different strokes for different folks. And at this point it's given, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Yeah, the Muffin Man. And to this day, ain't nobody never heard of him.